Falava. Leotawa Dr. John Peterson, TE2 Edge Sports Cards here. Hey, hope everybody's doing good out there. It is late. It's 11:30 on Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, and I figured I'd do some cards. It's been fun. Today, spent a good amount of time doing a couple videos, and spent a good amount of time last week doing some videos, and just overall, I've really been enjoying being able to get back onto the channel. It's been really busy with work and stuff, so haven't been able to do quite as much with the channel as I'd hoped for. So I figured I'd do a live episode. I haven't done a late night or a prime time with TE2 Edge Sports Cards in quite some time, and I figured what better way to do a live show than to do a live box break of some old vintage football. I've been sitting on this cello box of 82 Topps football for, oh boy, a number of months, at least 3-4 months, if not longer. I was thinking about selling it, and I don't know. I do have wax that I sit on, that I hold, but I mean, I like ripping it. And I know people are like, well, you're going to lose your money on that. You're not going to get your money back. But, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. I'll give you an example. I just opened up a box of 2013-14 hoops that I had picked up for my birthday. I picked up 2 boxes, and the first box produced a Giannis rookie and a artist proof Steph Curry. And this last box that I opened up just earlier today, I pulled the Steph, which in a 10 is probably 30-40 bucks. This LeBron in a 10, 60 bucks. This Kobe in a 10. This Giannis. And then this Giannis Gold. So I paid about $5.20 for the box, and I'm thinking if I can get a 10 in this, a 9 in this, and maybe a 10 and a couple 9s out of these, I'm going to be doing okay. Even if I only get 1 10 on this, even if I get a 9 on this and an 8 on this, still going to be doing all right. So, I mean, when it comes to opening wax, there's no doubt you're losing more often than winning. Anybody will tell you that. But that's kind of the fun of the game, right? I mean, that's the fun of the chase, is to see if you can beat the house, you can beat the system. A while back I did end up opening up a cello box of this 82 Topps football, and you might think, well, geez, you probably didn't do very well with that, and by the numbers, I probably didn't. I pulled this Montana, came back as a CSG 7, put 25 bucks on it. Pulled this Peyton base, I got 8.5 on it, put 75 bucks on that. That's 100. Pulled one Taylor rookie, and it was off-centered. Got a 7 on that, 60 bucks. So now we're at 160. Pulled a Hampton second-year card. It was one of the most well-centered cards in the whole cello box. Put 15 on that. Okay, so now we're at 175. Pulled out an Everson Walls rookie card. Got an 8 back on that, which I thought was pretty decent. That's about 200. And then pulled out this Tommy Kramer. So I live in Minnesota, so I figured, why not try and get a Tommy Kramer card graded, maybe get a 9 on it, 25 bucks. So altogether, slabbed value of the box, a little over 200 bucks, right? So, and I paid, I think, $8.50 for the cello box. It was on sale with BBCE here about 4 or 5 months ago in the run-up to the football season. With that said, though, I also pulled out 2 cello packs. And one of the cello packs had a Ronnie Lott rookie card on the back, which is, you know, one of the top cards in the set. I mean, a Ronnie Lott rookie card, let's see, what's that going for these days? Yeah, 1,500 for a PSA 10. Now, the chances that this is a PSA 10, pretty low. I mean, it's possible. I can't really tell. I mean, it's on the back of the cello pack. But even a 9 is 160 bucks. So let's say this comes back as a 9. Even if it comes back as an 8, put 100 bucks on it. All right, now I'm up to like a little over 300. And then on the back of this one, I found a Bradshaw. And the Bradshaw is for sure not as much as the Lott. It's number 204. So when I look it up here, the Bradshaw is 260 and a 10. So, and for a 9, it's about 60 bucks. So it comes back as a 9, it's about 50 bucks. So, I mean, depending on how those cards turn out, I'm at about half of what I paid for the box. Okay, so on that most recent 82 Topps Cello Box, I did not make back what I put into the box. And I haven't even sold those cards. So, I mean, that's sticker value. That's not necessarily realized value. But you don't know what's going to be in this. I don't know what's going to be in this. This could have Anthony Munoz rookie card that's in nice shape, or it could have obviously a Lawrence Taylor rookie card that's in nice shape, or again, a Ronnie Lott or a Walter Payton or Terry Bradshaw. So it's definitely a risk, but the night before Thanksgiving, I figured, why not go live, do a late night with TE2, and rip open this box of 82 Topps Football Cello Box. So I see I got one person watching this. Really, honestly, I'm at the point now with this channel where I don't give a rat's ass about likes. I could care less about views. I just enjoy ripping the wax, and if you enjoy watching me rip it, leave me a comment. Put something in the chat, and we can chop it up a little bit while I break this open here. Let me tilt this down a little bit. Yeah, I appreciate the like. Thank you so much. It's really generous of you. I mean, I've got quite a few subscribers, but I don't get a lot of views in my videos like some of these other content creators do, which is totally fine. It doesn't faze me in the least. I make the videos and do the cards because I just love the cards. I don't know, I just enjoy sports cards. That's all. What can I say? So let's check each cello pack before we open it. Now, the big thing with this product, these 82 Topps Football, is the centering. So you're going to see a lot of cards that are not centered. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Just having fun. Of course. Yeah, I mean, seriously. I mean, I make decent money. I'm not rich or anything like that, but, you know, I do okay for myself with my business. So I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I rarely, if ever, go out to eat. So might as well spend some of my money that I make, that's disposable income, on some 82 Topps Football cards. So let's put that over there. Man, this is old school here. Okay, here we go. First pack. And really, we're looking for anything, literally anything that is nicely centered. Because anything that's nicely centered probably can be sent into PSA, and if it comes back as a 9 or a 10, you're going to do okay on it. So we got Leonard Thompson, Raphael Septien. See, look at that Stallworth. That's funny. Rick Upchurch. That's pretty nicely centered. Card number 89. Oh, Upchurch is 24 bucks, so nothing special with that. Got an Everson Walls in action. Oh, this is Walls' rookie year. Walls is a Hall of Famer. all rookie team. Let's see here. What number is this? 328. Yeah, he's one of the all-time great defensive backs for the Cowboys. Yeah, so minute 10, $32. So worth getting graded? Probably not. How about this Fouts? No, probably not. Zorn is decent. A little bit off center, left to right, though. Pat Tilley, Carl Roaches, Randy Logan, Harold Carmichael. Got a 75 graded Harold Carmichael card. It's just a sweet-ass card, man. I love that card. Terry Metcalf. Eddie Scott. Charles White. He was a Heisman Trophy winner. Played for USC. Yep. Yeah, he was #1 draft pick in 1980. He was a hell of a college running back. George Martin. Oh, here's our first LT. All right, so you can see off-center. So this compared to this one looks pretty similar. The one on the right may be even a little more off-centered. Yeah, we'd have to see. Probably a 6 or a 7. I don't know. Sometimes PSA is decent, though. I'm going to send these into PSA, not CSG. So we got our first Lawrence Taylor. So let's put that in a sleeve. That's a good sign that we have one in the first cello pack. You never know, might get another one. All right, so there we go. 82 Topps Football, Lawrence Taylor. Yeah, and a lot of these, if I remember from the first box, a lot of these are off-centered left to right, which you can see a pattern with these. Most of these are off-centered. Most of that group were off-centered left to right. So set these over here. Why PSA, CSG, the future, in my opinion. What do you think? Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But I've got probably 85 to 90% of my slabs are in CSG slabs. And I have a customer base that's interested in PSA. So part of it is just client demand. I do shows on the weekends. I typically do one show a month, and then also I'm going to do 3 days worth of a show in December. So I just want to have a little more diversity in terms of the slabs that I have in my cases. But yes, I'm definitely a fan of CSG. CSG absolutely is the future of the hobby. I'm still floored by the yeah, right on, man. I'm still floored by the number of people that don't understand the financial backing and strength behind CSG. You know, Blackstone bought CCG back in July of 21. So it's over a year and a half ago. And they bought CCG for about $500 million. Now, Collector's Universe's net worth is around $700 million. I think Nat Turner and the investment group bought Collector's Universe for between 500 to 700 million, which isn't a small sum of money. I mean, that's a lot of money. The difference between Collector's Universe and CCG, however, is that Blackstone was the firm and the company that bought out Patrick Mahomes record out of red zone and 9 in CSG case. Yeah, I hear that, man. Yeah, for sure. Blackstone owns CCG now, though. And Blackstone as an investment firm is worth about $112 billion. They're worth more than twice what Elon Musk paid for Twitter. Musk paid about $55 million for Twitter, and Blackstone's worth about $112 million last time I looked. So I'm not really worried about CCG and CSG and what people have to say about it at this point, because I know that the financial backing and the international scope of CCG, I mean, they've got operations in China, they've got operations throughout the United States. They've been doing numismatics since 1987. They do comic books, they do coins, they do bills. So overall, yes, CSG is the play for me. I think it is a great intermediate to long-term play. I do sell. Yeah, they've been around longer than PSA. Absolutely. People aren't aware of that though. And actually, people don't even know that SGC used to be a part of CCG. So there's been talk and rumors that CSG and CCG are going to buy out SGC, because SGC's financial situation isn't as strong as CSG's. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I just kind of bite my tongue when I hear people talk about how great PSA is and PSA this and PSA. And I'm not an anti-PSA. Again, I've said this many times before. Yeah, I think there's a decent chance that CSG will buy out SGC just strictly for the vintage piece. I mean, I do a lot of vintage and CSG slabs. I'm kind of a unique bird in that regard. Most people go with SGC or with PSA. But like, I'll show you an example. I've got, let's see here. I've got some pretty big cards on the vintage end for baseball and football and basketball. And CSG slabs. And a lot of people are like, well, geez, I can't believe you put that in a CSG slab. So here's one that I've got in a CSG slab. It's a 53 mantle. I picked it up in an SGC slab back in July. It was a 5.5 in an SGC slab. I crossed it over to CSG and got a 6. And I've got 13,000 on this. So, you know, is it as liquid as it could be if it were in a PSA slab? No, it's not. But again, this is a longer term hold for me. I'm not in any rush to sell. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, LeFranc. I appreciate that. Let me see if I got another one in here that I can show you. Well, here's one. This is a PSA slab. So this is an 8 Adobe, a 56 Topps Adobe, and an 8. So, I mean, I'm not anti-PSA. I like what I like. Here's a 56 Aaron in a PSA slab. That's a 7. But, like this, for example, this is a Robinson that was in a BVG slab that I picked up. That was an 8. And I crossed it over to a CSG slab in an 8. So yeah, I could crack it and resubmit it to PSA. Might get an 8, might get a 7. Who knows? I'm not really sure, but I just like the look of the card on this slab. So I think CSG has got the best slab for sure. Undoubtedly, their acrylic is the best in class in terms of the industry and the hobby. And yeah. So definitely, I'm on board with you about CSG. All right, so let's keep going here. Let's see what we get. Yeah, nice stuff, brah. Yeah, the slabs look really good. LeFranc, yeah, for sure. And you know, I mean, the price point is good too. I mean, like CSG slabs don't cost you an arm and a leg. I mean, your margins get so slim with PSA. So it depends. I kind of like to mix it up when I can. And I just need to get a little more inventory in the PSA slabs, or in PSA slabs, excuse me. So this one looks like it's pretty centered. I don't know much about this guy, Monty Jackson, 191. Sometimes these common cards can be worth quite a bit if they gem out. But as you can see, so many of these cards are off-center. Now this one, it's got a little stain up at the top. Looks pretty good though. Might be an 8. Set that one aside. Punting leaders. This one looks pretty centered. Yeah, I just love this old vintage stuff. I mean, it's harder and harder to find it these days. Browns team leaders. I'm a Samoan guy, so I always like to see my Samoan brothers and sisters. Mano Tuia Sosopo. 253. Here's a Septien. This looks pretty nice, actually. Cowboys cards always resale better than most other cards. Yeah, as a 10, this is 27 bucks, but I'm going to put that one aside because I think somebody might end up wanting that. Stump Mitchell. Right on. So, yeah, it's been a good run here. I've had some really fun cards. This is another Hampton. Looks like it's in pretty nice shape. Orange slab, what I enjoy, whether it's, that is, you just made one of the most important comments I think you can have as a collector, dealer, investor, whatever you're, you put in slabs what you love and what you like. You buy the card, not the slab. And I've told that to people over and over again. You're absolutely right, LaFranc. You put into a slab something that you can go to your deathbed on. Like if it sells, great. If it doesn't sell, shit, I'll hang on to it too. Oh my God, this card in a PSA 10 is 150 bucks. Yeah, I knew this guy was good. Art's still not perfectly centered. It's decent though. Mark Wilson. Ed Too Tall Jones. 318. What's this one at? So yeah, no, I agree with you. Ray Guy. Hall of Fame punter. Probably the greatest punter in the history of the NFL. Throw these wrappers away quick, excuse me. Marty Lyons, Craig Colquitt, Ricky Patton. Oh, there's a nice Lofton. Yeah, this was the first year that I really collected football cards. I would have been 8 years old. And so I remember this card. I remember buying packs of, they were wax packs, they weren't cellos. But I remember that. I thought that was a really cool card. He looked so cool. James Lofton. I was a Packer fan growing up because I grew up in Wisconsin, even though I'm from Samoa. All right, next cello. I think it'd be sweet to pull out a really nice Anthony Munoz. I think he's the greatest left tackle in the history of the game, alongside maybe Forrest Gregg from the Packers. A lot of people could say that there are others. So many great left tackles over the years. But I think for his time, Munoz was exceptional, both for his size and for his skill and footwork, his athleticism. Ed Simonini. What number is that? 20? Let's see here. 2150, Stan White. Freeman McNeil. That's his rookie card. He was a nice player for the Jets for a while. Running back. I think he was an All-Pro a couple times. Ooh, $300. So there's a little bit of a ding at the top of this. So sometimes if you just kind of press this, I don't know, because that's pretty well centered. Yeah, the upper left corner is a little soft. Definitely worth setting aside. So let's see what that is worth in an 8. Yeah, so it drops off quite a bit. Definitely the 10 is where it's at, which isn't surprising. Jerry Robinson. There's our second Leonard Thompson. Another Stallworth. Wow, we're getting doubles here. This is a good sign. So sometimes when you get doubles in these cello packs, it's an indication that you're going to get more than one of the big hits. Set that Walls aside. There's a Fouts. So Billy Sims rookie card. Nope, this is Billy Sims' second year. Yeah. Mike Haynes. There's the Carmichael base. So here we got our first Walter Payton card in action. Pretty off-centered though. Still worth setting aside. Bunting, Johnny Lamb. Okay, all right. So nothing too earth-shattering in that pack. And if you're just checking in, we've pulled this so far. John Hannah. So on the back, John Hannah's probably the greatest guard in the history of the NFL. Played for the New England Patriots. Never went to a Super Bowl, but was, I think, a 10-time All-Pro. 8 to 10 times, I think he was first team All-Pro. Hannah was with the Patriots. Fred Smerlas, 35. So you got to check each of these different these common cards, because if they come back as a 10, like this looks pretty nice. This one's got also learned that whatever the player is doing great in that year is awesome to collect, my opinion. Yes, agreed. Yep, agreed. How long have you been collecting LeFranc? Have you been collecting a long time? Ken Green. Oh, now we're talking here. Look at that. That's a nice copy. The registration is a little faded, but the centering looks solid. Back looks good. All 4 corners look pretty sharp. 16. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, what do you think of this? I think I'm going to put that one in a sleeve. 46. Okay, yeah, I'm 48. I started collecting baseball. Was my first sport that I collected. I started in 81. Was when I bought some of my first packs. I was, 7. And then 82 was kind of like the year that I really started. Well, hey, now let's take a look. Where Where's that other Peyton? All right, so this one got an 8.5. Yeah. I think this is going to do better than 8.5, because if you look here, this is off in the back, top to bottom, even though it doesn't look quite so bad. And left to right, this looks pretty, maybe a tiny bit left. Again, the registration is a little bit faded on this one, in my opinion, the right one on the right. But yeah, this could come back as a 9. I could see this coming back as a 9 PSA. Although PSA is tough because they're so inconsistent right now. I mean, you send in cards. Oh, look at this. I bet you that's worth something. So it's a Super Bowl 16 sticker of Joe Montana. Looks pretty centered. Sometimes these stickers can be worth more than you think because they all got peeled off. So let me put this one. Actually, I'm going to set this one aside and put that in a penny sleeve because I don't want to scratch the surface. All right, a Tommy Jackson, another Simonini, Stan White. Oh, another Freeman McNeil. So that's 2 free, and the same little ding up at the top here. Steelers, that's a cool card. We got Franco Harris, John Stallworth, Mel Blount, and Jack Lambert all in the same card. It's a 202 card. Let's see what this one's. Bet you this one's actually worth a little bit. Oh, it doesn't even say. Okay. Yeah, this one's decent, although the centering's not that great, so I think I'll probably not pass on that one. So here's a Taylor in action. Off-centered, though. I was a 90 collector and lost all my cards in the military. Started over about 15 years ago. Pulled that Patrick Mahomes 2017. Yeah, just enjoy the collecting. That's what it's all about, my man. Look at Bradshaw. What a cocky SOB. But hey, guy won 4 Super Bowls. 4 Super Bowls in a decade. That's impressive. Set that aside. Curtis Brown. Frank Lewis, 30. Yeah, I've been kind of sitting on this. I've been wanting to open up this box for some time now. And I just figured tonight was a good night to do that. Frank Lewis. I don't know too much about this guy. Set that one aside. Luckhurst. Joe Sensor. He used to have a bunch of restaurants up here in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis. Joe Sensor's. Gal I used to be real good friends with from high school, worked there. Frank Butte. Barbaro. Bill Kenny. Morton. Billy Sims. Yeah, that's a great card. Yep. 5th Pro Bowl appearance since being selected in the postseason All-Star game for the first time. 76. So by 81, he had been to 5 Pro Bowls. A little off-centered though. So let's see what this is worth. 151. $48 and a 10. Huh. Okay. Well, nice to know that offensive lineman has a little value. All right, let's see what we got on the back of this one. Got a Kenny Anderson on the back and an Archie Manning on the front. I think we're okay to open this one. Yeah, I bought this. It was on sale. They had a special going on BBCE a bunch of months ago. Usually these are like $1,200 a box. These cello boxes of 82 Topps, and they sold these to me for about, I think it was $400 or $500 less. I think I got these for $850. All right, so mostly off-centered here. Left to right again, Hugh Green. God, that guy was a nice player. Yep, he was all rookie team, 82. Here's another one of those stickers. This one's off-centered though. A little more left to right. Alvin Bethea. Was a mean man. Yeah, Hannah was a mean man and a great player. Yeah, like I said, I think he might be one of the greatest guards to ever play the game. I'm trying to think. Jerry Kramer with the Packers, Fuzzy Thurston. I'm sure that the Steelers had some really good guards back in the day. You know, the Kansas City Chiefs had a guard that was really good. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. So, yeah, there's been a lot of great offensive linemen over the years. Let's go here with the Jan Stenerud pack. Gary Barbaro. Haven't seen a Montana yet, but we did pull that Peyton, which looked to be pretty nice card. I didn't even look to see what the Peyton is worth. And these stuff's about to explode for resale. I see the hobby is pushing the 90s stuff now. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think modern now is a great time to buy modern 90s stuff because it's down like 30 percentage points on Card Ladder. What I look for is I go to Card Ladder, then I go to indexes, and then I go down to modern. So if you look at modern right now over here, all time, modern's about where it was at back in early 21. And if it continues down this trajectory, it's going to be a great time to buy. You know, we're going to be back down to 2020, early 2020 prices if it keeps going down. So, yeah, modern's not a bad thing to keep an eye on right now. And if you're looking to resell it immediately, you know, you might want to pause, but yeah, seeing a lot of doubles here. Yeah, a lot of these are off. There's a Ahmad Rashad left to right. Tony Hill, that's Grant Hill's dad, a famous Duke basketball player. Jaws, Rod Jaworski from ESPN. John Jefferson, formerly of the Packers and the Chargers. Eric Coryell. Ooh, look at the cut on this one. That's a miscut. Steve Grogan. Pat Tilley. David Hill. All right, so not really anything centered in that pack. That was a pretty tough pack right there. Usually you can pull out at least a couple cards that are centered. Dwight Clark. Lamar Parrish on the back. I think we're okay to open this one. Oh, here's a cool card. Look at this. It's a sticker of Jack Lambert. Wow. What a badass. Was there a more feared linebacker during the 70s and early 80s than Jack Lambert? think so. Moderna's a good buy to hold, and 90's a good product for sale right now. What do you think? Moderna's a good buy, and 90's a good product. Yeah, I think it depends on what you're looking for. I think if you get into the inserts of the 90's, especially with basketball, you can do really well. You just have to be able to find it. Like, I got into Metal Universe from 1996 early in this year and bought a couple of magazines, they call them, of Metal Universe 96, and pulled out some Jeter and Rodriguez and pulled out like a Gem Mint 10 Greg Maddux. And if you can find people that are interested in buying that stuff, you can definitely do okay on it. Of course, some of the PMG and precious metal gems and that sort of thing is really took off, has taken off. 326. I like to open up 90s stuff because it's low risk and low to medium reward. So you're not in it for $850 like you are with this particular box. Dennis Thurman. That card looks like it's in pretty decent shape. A little bit off left to right, though. There's a Rigo. Got a couple of his rookie cards. Yeah, John Reagan's. He was a character. Tony Franklin. This card looks pretty centered. Card 444. Yeah. Interception leaders. 261. $21.50. Yeah, not too much. Yeah, so I mean, like, I think what it is, what collect and buy and invest in the stuff that you enjoy. That's my model. I mean, if you're investing, you can't always just go with what you like, because you might like something that doesn't have any value. That is a sweet looking card, Wes Chandler. So you have to be a little bit aware of that, I think. Doug Deacon. Paul Kaufman. Man, he was an all-pro tight end, or Pro Bowl tight end for the Packers. He's a nice player. Yeah, all these seem to be pretty well off-centered. So the last two packs, or cello packs, this has been one of the more centered cards. Yeah, I'm going to send that one to PSA. I'll probably get a 9 on it. Hopefully a 9. Not some crazy grade. I've heard that they spend 20 to 30 seconds per card evaluating the cards at PSA. And if you run the numbers, it makes kind of sense. I mean, the last couple months, they've been doing a little over 1 million cards a month. Or 1 million cards a month. And you figure, how many employees they have, roughly, and how much time they spend during an 8-hour day. There's a Fouts sticker. Fouts. I sold a rookie card of his, actually, a couple months back to someone. Okay, Jack Ham. Pretty sure Jack Ham's in the Hall of Fame. Let's see, what number is this? 210. Part of the Steel Curtain. $85 for a Gem Mint 10. Yeah, it's worth setting aside. What do you think about Ricky Henderson? Find his cards. Well, it depends on what you. I think the resale value on Ricky Henderson cards actually is really good. I find that some of his late 80s cards, for whatever reason, tend to be off-centered a lot. Like his 89 Bowman is really hard to find centered. I've got a case of 89 Bowman with 24 boxes in it, and I've opened up just a couple boxes just out of curiosity more than anything else, and it always seems like the Henderson is not centered. So that's one thing. And then his 1980 Topps rookie card, the gem rate on that is like ridiculously low comparative to the rest of the cards gem rates in the 80 set. That looks pretty good. That Lofton does. Doesn't that look good? A little bit left to right. So I think it's really his rookie card is really hard to find in a gem mint 10. And of course, that's one of the reasons why it sells for $80,000-$90,000. Whoa, $150 in a gem mint 10. Charlie Johnson. This card looks pretty solid to me. Centering looks really good. I'm gonna put this in a sleeve. Some people want these for like set registry reasons. So they're looking to complete their set, they're competing on the PSA registry, and they want to have a copy of this Charlie Johnson in a 10. Even though I'm not familiar with him. Yeah, that looks nice. That one's decent. Cool. So yeah, I like Henderson cards. Yep, Henderson cards. But like the gem rate, if you go to the pop report and look at the gem rate for 1980 Topps, and then look at the gem rate specifically for the Henderson, it's ridiculously low. It's like it's like 1%. So I think part of it is PSA just manipulating the grading. I mean, I don't know. I don't have any inside information about why, or like if that's true or not, but it seems like to me that some of the PSA grading is a little bit arbitrary. Now, SGC, on the other hand, I think SGC is very consistent. SGC's grading is probably, in my opinion, the most consistent grading, maybe them and CSG. You think? PSA or SGC? SGC? I think, no, let me put it this way. SGC is the toughest grader of vintage. That's mostly what I do is vintage. I think they're a half grade to a grade below CSG. I think PSA is the most inconsistent grader. I think CSG is the most consistent grader that I've submitted to. That's probably a trustable grading. Yeah. Yep. Billy Campfield. That's pretty nice. $439. $12. So yeah, so some of these some of them are worth a lot and some of them are not. Lyle and Glenn Blackwood, Football Brothers. $264. What's that worth? $15 in a 10. Not a ton. Jackson, Joe Klecko, part of the New York Sack Exchange. Him and Gastineau. That's a cool card. Eddie and Walter Payton. $269. Football Brothers. Ooh, $220 in a gem mint 10. Well, this is not gem mint because the left to right isn't great, but still maybe worth setting aside. All right, let's keep going here. See if we get any. Lynn Dickey went to SMU, didn't he? Oh, Kansas State. He's a Packer. He was a Pro Bowler. Franco Harris. Pretty off-centered though. Not going to set that aside. There's another Walter Payton, really off-centered. You using card ladder to check the prices right now? No, I don't use card ladder. I use a kind of a triangulated approach. If I'm just doing a break like this and I want to just quickly check what the, you know, least recent prices, I'll go with the PSA grading guide. But if I'm going to go deeper, so this is what I'm using right now. So I just print out the 82 Topps, go to the APR, check the pop report, look at the prices, but go APR and then put in 10. But then if I want to go a little deeper, I do go to card ladder and I go to sales history, and then I'll type in, let's just put in 1982 Topps Walter Payton. Yeah, and a PSA 9. Yep, you can see this PSA 9 right here is, so that's the trend date on that PSA 9 Walter Payton. So one sold on the 15th for 75 bucks. So definitely down. A 10 though, which is damn near impossible to get, is 606 bucks. And the recent sale on that was $619 on September 20th, 2022. Look at how far it's dropped. It was up to 1,400. So yeah, and then I also use 130 point. It's 130 point. And then I also use Terapeak on eBay. What do you use to get the value of? So I use Terapeak, 130 point, card ladder, and PSA. Those are the four main kind of sources, data sources I use to price out cards. What do you use, though, LeFranc? Some people use Alt. I haven't really been enthralled with their platform. It's not bad. It's just, I don't know. I like card ladder. Some people use just mostly eBay. Yeah, eBay works good. Yeah, Terapeak is good. There's a Matt Millen. That card's pretty centered. He's a nice player too. 196. I just like using this here because it's the PSA for when I do these breaks, because it's just so easy to just get into the set and just go up and down the set, especially with cards that are not in my slabs. So like 196. Let's see what this Millen is. $35 on a PSA 10 for the Millen. Yeah, it's a nice looking card though. I'm gonna keep that one out. Pete Johnson. Oh, here we go. That one's a little bit left to right. On the back, it looks pretty even though. 257. Yeah, 62.50 and a 10. Yeah, maybe so. Leave it out. Burt Jones. He was a decent player. Let's see here. Oh, it's a little scuff down there. Probably not worth much. Let me just check the price on this. 16. Burt Jones. Oh, $365 and a PSA 10. I'm glad I checked. Holy smokes. Because this one's pretty centered. Other than this stuff down here, that's pretty nice. Packers team leaders. 354. That's not centered. Number 8. NFC Championship game. Sammy White. That will be a good return. Yeah, on the Burt Jones. Yeah, if it comes back as a 10, for sure. Lester Hayes, man, this guy used the stickum. He used to put stickum on his hands. Didn't use gloves back in. Oh, here's a Montana. See, look at that, left to right. Damn, that's probably a 6. Gary Fensick. Yeah, oh man, centering in these cards is just not the best. But that's the risk you run. All right, let's go to the next. Brian Boschnagel. Got Franco Harris on the top. I'd love to get another LT. If I could just get one that's just decently centered. Or a lot. All right, Franco. See if we speed this up a little bit. Dexter Busey. There's the Bradshaw. Man, look at how off-centered that is. Good Lord. Phil Simms. Tony Hill. Uwe von Schaman. The Mad Stork, Ted Hendricks. Love me some Ted Hendricks. Ugh, man. Too bad it's not centered, though. Randy Cross. He was a hell of a player, too. Yeah. Wow. Montana's protector. Randy Cross was. All right, what do we got here? Matsui. Matsui. Played for the Bears. He's a fullback. Excuse me. All right, we're still hunting here for, oh, sweet. Lawrence Taylor sticker. Oh, it's got the gum stain on it. That's too bad. Joe Cribbs. That's a cool card. That is a cool looking card. I like that card. Franco Harris. Man, the guy was badass. Wish I had a rookie card of his. Dewey and Leroy Selman. 270. $29. Yeah. Okay, so this pack seems to be a little bit more centered. And Tony Franklin, 443. $30 on the Franklin. Yeah, it's not quite centered though. This Malone looks pretty good though. 215. What are we looking at for that? It doesn't say. Pretty well centered though. So like what I'll do is I'll send these all into oh, there's another LT. Yeah, I'll send these into Got Baseball Cards and have them screen them. Another Bradshaw. Another Lawrence Taylor. That's 2 in one box. So not centered, but it's all right. Still might be able to get another one. Never know. That's the big card in this set is the 82 Taylor. That and the the Ronnie Lott rookie card, which we haven't gotten one yet of. All right. Pat McNally. Dick. Tony Dorsett. I meant to pull that out. Gastineau. Still, it's Taylor. Yeah, right, exactly. I know, right? Still, it's Taylor. That is right. I think the last box that I broke open, I only pulled out one. So to have two at this point, which is we're about halfway done. So these are the cards that I've pulled out that I think are, of course, the Taylors are off-centered. This one looks pretty solid. Little bit left to right, I think. But you never know. And then this one, little left to right on the Peyton. Thinking maybe a 9 though, if I'm lucky. If I get a grader that's in a good mood. All right, let's keep going. John Hand on the back of this one here. You know, so many people have his cards, they overlook all the drug he was on. Yeah, he definitely was a cokehead, amongst other things. Yep. Which I hope he doesn't drink and do drugs now. But they're, ooh, look at that. The Morton. Wow. Way miscut. Gary Jeter, Ron Yeri. He was a nice player for the Vikings. He recently passed away, I think. Chris Collinsworth. That's a sweet card. Oh my gosh. I wish that was centered a little bit better. Look at the look on his face. Man, would not want to have to go up against that guy. Arthur Whittington. John Hanna. Well, LeFranc, I really appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Thank you so much. It's awesome. What is that? Huh. Ooh. This one looks pretty good, actually. That was Hanna. Yeah, it was John Hanna. This one's actually not too destroyed by the gum. Yeah, you never know. I have no idea what those stickers are from the 82. So I'm up in the Twin Cities, LeFranc. Are you in the Midwest? Or are you out east, out west? Oh, likewise, man. Likewise, yeah. There's another Dorsett. Another Gastineau. Matt Cavanaugh, Danny White, Ricky Thompson. Yeah, you know, CSG, I'm just buying up CSG slabs. I just bid on a whole bunch of CSG slabs. Giannis, North Carolina. Oh, right on. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm buying up CSG slabs whenever I can. Stuff that I want to have, that I want to hang on to. Because I think those slabs are going to be going up in value in the coming years. I mean, how many years is it until Fanatics has control over all the printing? Twin Cities. Is that Minnesota? Yes, it is. Minneapolis. So there's Minneapolis on one side of the Mississippi, and then there's St. Paul, which is the capital city, on the other side of the river. And they call them the Twin Cities. So it's the Twin Cities, 14 county metropolitan area. It's about 3.5, 4 million people. So it's not huge, not probably not like 2 or 3 years. Yeah, 2 or 3 years, Fanatics has taken over. Dave Butts, 511. What this one's worth. This one's pretty centered. 130 bucks on the Butts. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Minneapolis is the business hub. But St. Paul's the capital city. I mean, St. Paul has commerce too and everything, but they're both on the river, so they've come up together as cities. Let's see here. George Cumby, quarterback sack leaders. Joe Klecko had 20.5 sacks in 1981. Holy smokes. That's serious, man. Yeah. Jerry Eckwood, St. Paul is right under my capital in 5th grade. Yeah, nice. Yeah, St. Paul's the capital, 498. It was going to be Stillwater, but because that's where the prison was, first prison. 498. Yeah, it's not worth much. Ooh, there's a Lambert. That one's pretty decent, actually. 213. 187.50 and a 9. Yeah, not quite a 9, but still maybe an 8, 8.5. Ricky Young. One's pretty decent, 403. Oh. Ooh, the Fouts in action looks pretty centered. A little bit off left to right, 231. Sorry, I'm checking all these out, but I've got to make a decision if I want to put this in a sleeve. Yeah, I don't know about that one. What's this? 56 bucks the in action is in a 10. Yeah, probably not. Vince Evans, Bob Parsons, Ozzie Newsome. Yeah, love Ozzie Newsome. Joe Ferguson, Joe Klecko, Foley, Nelms, Art Shaw. Oh, yeah, you think so? Okay, all right, I'll put that one aside. Might send it in, you never know. I got you, man. All right, we're still plugging away here. We've got, what, 8 more cello packs to go through. Wouldn't we just crap our pants if we saw Lawrence Taylor at the top of one of these cello packs? Be like, oh my God, like looks like a gem mint den. And here's another Montana sticker, though. That one's pretty jacked up. Dan was the quarterback. Yes. Yep. Yep. Fouts was part of Don Coryell. Don Coryell was a coach of the San Diego Chargers back in the 1970s. And Coryell, back in the 60s, was known for passing. Oh, I'm not at work. Don't have a change of clothes. Yeah, exactly. Don Coryell was a passing innovator in the AFL back in the 60s, 86. So when the Chargers drafted when they drafted Fouts, they had Charlie Joyner, their tight end. Oh God, what was his name? Can't think of it off the top of my head. The Waston card. Which one's that? It's good also. Waston. Oh, Steve Watson. Yeah, a little bit off-centered left to right though. Yeah, if you look here, see that? I don't know what's this card worth. I didn't even look that one up. Yeah, 31. I think this one looks pretty good, but I don't think it's worth a ton. Go back some. This one here. Charlie Roman, Stanley Morgan. Yeah, it didn't. Well, here's a Rich Wingo. This one's pretty decent. 368. $750 on the Wingo. Yeah, so some of these cards, even if they are a 10, they just aren't worth very much. Oh, the Reed. Oh, this Tony Reed. Yeah, that one looks really nice. I'll set it aside. Maybe it's, even though it's not worth a ton. Steve Cox. Richard Todd. Yeah, another one of those Hendricks cards that are off-centered. We got Ron Bolton. Well, we're 2/3 of the way done here. 2/3 of the way through this cello box. So you got big plans for Thanksgiving tomorrow, LaFranc? We're going over to my brother's place. Centering come first when wanting to grade. For me, it does. Yeah, I for vintage cards, which I would consider, even though these cards are 82. Well, some people would say up to 84 is vintage. Yes, vintage is centering, eye appeal. The first aspect of eye appeal for most people who get going to the in-laws. Nice. So there's the Manster. Yep, going to my brother's. Yep, my dad's going to be up there. My sister's in with her family from Chicago. So there's the lot. This one actually is diamond cut a little bit. You can see that it's rotated. Yeah. Still, we're setting aside though. E.J. Jr. He was a nice linebacker. E.J. Jr. was. Matt Blair was a nice linebacker. Greg Colquitt. Another Lofton. Yep. Lofton's off-centered. So there's a Largent. Chuck Muncie. Yeah, he was part of Air Coryell. Yeah, still it's Lott. Yeah, I mean, it is a Ronnie Lott rookie card. And even in this, it might be a 7. I'll put it in a sleeve here. There we go. Put it over there. All right, Freddie Scott. Yeah, that is his rookie card. Yep. I think he's the greatest safety in the history of the game. I can't think of anyone else who has had a better personal career and team accomplishments, then, I mean, he won, what, 4, 5 Super Bowls? I'm trying to think if he won one with Young in 94. I mean, he won 4 in the 80s with Montana and Bill Walsh. So yeah, I think he's the best safety in the history of the game. He once lost part of his finger during a game and kept playing. So I think he was a pretty tough dude. That sensor's pretty nice, $3.99. Yeah, I might get that graded because I'm up here in the. Oh, Ronnie Lott? Nope. He was a strong safety. I think he was a strong safety. Pretty sure. Oh, there's the Munoz. Holy shit. Look at this. Oh my God, this Munoz looks good. LaFranc. Holy shit, LaFranc. I think I just hit the jackpot on this. Oh my God. That is beautiful. All right, let me get this in a sleeve, and then we can take a little closer look at this. Very carefully put this in there. Little bit. Still, though, this one looks good, like even as a 9. So this is a rookie card. Let's look at the back. The back looks money. All 4 corners look freaking awesome. Oh my God. Wow. All right, so this card is number 51. 51. So in a 10, the Munoz is $13.75 according to PSA. And that's as of the end of October. That was an eBay sale. It looks like the 9 is about $100. So it's a huge drop off. But let's just look and see what this 10 looks like. I don't know. I don't think it looks any worse than the one that I got. That and this. I don't know. That looks pretty solid, man. Holy shnikes. So let's just go see online here what the 82 Munoz is doing for sales history. 1982 Topps. Anthony Munoz. Yeah, PSA 9. It looks like a PSA 9 sold for $129. Here we go. All right, so here's what we got. A PSA 9 sold for $129 on November 10th. But a 10 sold for $13.75 on October 29th. Whoa. Let's turn that on. Let's take a closer look at this. Holy smokes. I'm not seeing anything, LaFranc. Maybe a little bit up here with a little bleeding. Yeah, right. I mean, that's the thing about vintage. It's like, yes, it is tough because the quality control is not there. But it's not like this new stuff where it's like there's a bazillion copies of it. You know what I'm saying? Like 500 million parallels. I mean, I'm not against that stuff, but it gets to be a bit much for me. The shiny stuff. Yeah, and that Munoz, if that comes back as a 10, I'll have made my money back from this box and then some. Kellen Winslow. That's the guy who played tight end for the Chargers back in the day. Really good running, really good tight end. There's a Fensick. Kenny Stabler with the Oilers. Joe Danello, another Randy White. Yeah, but it will take about 20 or 30 years for the new stuff to make money. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, and if you think about it, depending on how rare or scarce it is or isn't, you know, some of this stuff is it's hard because it's like there's so many parallels and there's so many one of ones. It's kind of hard to know like what's the iconic rookie card for Luka, you know, as an example. I mean, I guess it's probably the silver prism, but or the blue prism. Ooh, a little bit off left to right. Rich Saul. Freddie Solomon. He was a key player in the early 49ers years. Mick Lowry, Cliff Branch. Cliff Branch is a Hall of Famer. Leroy Irvin. Dwight Clark. All right, nothing too centered in that group. Got a tower of 82 Topps football going there. It's fun to go live. It's fun to have a little interaction. I wish some more people were on, but that's okay. This is good. I'll repost this and people can go back and watch it. Yeah, I'll send that into Got Baseball Cards and see if they think it's got a legitimate shot at being a 10. The Munoz. Unless you can flip fast, it seems like only 10 make the real money like Luka. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. You've got to move quickly, for sure. $184. Let's look at this one. Lynn Dickey, Got Baseball. Are they good people to use? Yes. Yeah, I think they're really good. I think for me, they are the best group submitter for PSA for sure. Maybe not as much for CSG, but for PSA, they are very solid. I think they get treated pretty well by PSA. My cards that come back from Got Baseball Cards tend to do pretty well. Plus, they screen. They screen your cards if you want them screened. They can do that. There's a Chris Collinsworth. Yeah, left to right. Excuse me. Mel Blunt, Mel Baker, Bartkowski. Yeah, these are all left to right. So, yeah, I like Got Baseball Cards. They're out of Atlanta, out of Georgia, or Atlanta Metro. And I think they know it. I think they do a nice job. I like they're working with their team. They're led by Joe Davis. And Joe's a really good guy. He's been in the hobby since the late 80s. Yeah, just nice people to work with. All right, this has got 3 more packs left. Ron Yeri, Don Warren. There's a Collinsworth. Ed White. There's another Hannah. Dan Walters. Chance Eloise Grooms. Never heard of him before. Huh, interesting. A.J. Dewey. He was pretty good back in the day. He was a big guy, too, 6'4". Yeah, nothing too centered in that group either. I think the Munoz and the Peyton, Walter Payton, are where we're going to do our biggest damage out of this box. Yeah, Munoz, Mexican guy too. Big Mexican guy. Oh, here's an Anthony Munoz sticker. That's a rookie sticker. All right, let's see what we get here. Ed Newman. There's a Montana in action. Yeah, it's off-centered, but we'll put that one aside. Bernie Cunningham. Jerry Robinson, Frank. So this pack seems to have some cards that are a little bit better centered. Still, though, off left to right from this last half. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree. Yep. There's so much money that is being skimmed off the top from the intermediary middlemen. Yeah, I mean, it'd be great if you could buy cards in gas stations, just like in the old days, you know? Yep, I agree. Yep, they've had their time. They've had a lot of time, honestly. All right, let's see what we get for this last. Oh, here's another Munoz sticker. This is our last cello pack. Ah, man, another off-centered. We got 3 of those that are off-centered. Whoa, another Taylor. 3 Lawrence Taylors in one box. What? That is crazy, and they're all cut like the same way. Oh my gosh, another Lawrence Taylor rookie card. Franco Harris, another one of those. Are you kidding me? 3 Lawrence Taylors in one cello box? That's, I think, higher than what the odds typically are. Let me get that one in the sleeve too. Still, I mean, I don't know, it's fun. Not every day you get to, oh, yes, sir, that's right, yes, sir. Not every day you get to open up a pack fresh Lawrence Taylor rookie card. There we go. So we got that one. And we've got, so we got these 3. They all look to be about the same. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'll stay on for a little bit, but if you got to go, I'm just gonna kind of pick up here, say a couple last things. But it's really nice meeting you. Have a blessed Thanksgiving, LeFranc, and hope we can connect again another time. Check out TE2 Edge Sports Cards on YouTube on my channel. All right, cool. So overall, that was fantastic. I think we did pretty well with this. Better, yeah. Anytime, man. Maybe I can do an interview with you on my show. Sometimes I do interviews with people, you know, like they do. So overall, I think we got a decent stack over here of some cards that I think could possibly come back. I mean, some of these aren't going to be 10s for sure, but some of them might do okay. There's the Montana, Set that aside too. Burt Jones, I mean, that card, I don't know. We'll see about that one. Some of these stickers. All right, so set those there. But yeah, overall, let's put that Montana on the sleeve. Well, I'm really happy that I opened this box. I was sitting on it for a number of months, and I was thinking about reselling it, and I'm glad that I've opened it up. But this is the one right here. Yeah. Hopefully it comes back at least as a 9, preferably as a 10. Got the lot. Peyton looks pretty good. That one looks pretty good. And then Taylor's. All right. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Peace out. One love.